Oh, man, you toe up, man. Oh, man, you toe up, man.
Finally gets beaten, and Pang Tong will get a win for Lu Bu. Joshua down to his last 3. Hello, everyone else, like they're peons compared to Coven.
This is an AI.
Sleeper hold and a quick little offensive flurry in the opening minute. The wall has just totally destroyed
Mysterio's well-being. Not his shot at becoming a champion, but for his well-being.
Okay, now and we are back. Let's see. Feel like listening to Uh-oh. Let's see.
Man, get off that shit.
50 on back down. Coast to coast.
Like, at this point, I'm just like, man, I don't give a fuck. Life, it ain't what I'm thinking it is. Like, I'm just talking. At this point, I'm just talking.
Uppercut! Sonic boom!
Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Like at this point,
I'm hitting him with lateral movement. He can't do anything.
Needs to get soft button. Man, I might play some Metal Gear Solid. So I can't play this by myself. Mac down. Ah. Cookie Monster. From Yonkers. We played in the hood. Feel your man. You look at me. 50 on back down. Hold that Mac down. Hold Shaq down. Back down.
Reloading!
I cannot get in.
Boomer! Yeah, Boomer!
You know, it's sad to see an eating disorder get out of control like that.
Why am I keep spectating? So
Hey, I'm reloading.
Shithole when there were people in it.
I can't get in there. What's going on?
Reloading!
Over this dumpster.
Watch out!
Hunter, it is dead. Gotta reload!
Oh shit.
Reloading.
Yo. My controller is not working. How about that?
Reloading.
I do not like the sound of that. Going with the shotgun.
It seems like Steam is confused or something.
Knocked him down, knocked him out, woke him back up,
What the
whooped
hell?
on
This
his
thing's
ass.
fireproof?
All snipe.
Knocked him down, knocked him out, woke him back up, whooped on his ass.
Okay, something was happening there. Something was happening there, dog.
Y'all ready?
Okay, cool. I don't like doing this stage.
What's in here?
Man, don't try to steal what I got.
So we ain't got time for this, people. Grab a weapon and let's get to
Adrenaline
this mall.
shot here.
Jehoshaphat,
Look here.
what are these things?
Oh, they done took all the guns off the table.
We need to get ourselves to New Orleans.
There's 2 more boxes down there. The hell? Did I just go through the wall?
Damn it, elevator's out.
What the fuck? Yo, what the fuck just happened?
Would you please cover
That's
me?
definitely a glitch. I just went through the wall. We can't get in there?
Molotov.
Hey, watch out for the ones in the hazmat suits.
My shit almost gone. I need a gun desperately.
Weapons over here.
Where the weapons at?
Fire in the hole.
Reloading.
We need to find a space.
Reloading.
There's no weapons
Look
in
over
here.
here.
Why do I got that?
Oh shit, yeah.
Everybody grab a weapon.
Well, this looks dangerous.
Bro, what the hell? I keep glitching back over there.
Ninja sword here.
Whoa, that's crazy. What the fuck is going on?
Fire.
It was a mini zombie. They're clearly shooting me in the back. Why am I getting burnt up?
Shotgun, you complete me.
Why the fuck these only got... What the fuck? Spam shove. Spam shove? What is it? What? Spam shove?
What the hell?
Yo, they adding some stuff in here. Yo, what the hell is going on? Why is these zombies so small?
Weapons here.
Hello? God damn.
Okay. All right, I can do this.
Hello?
I can do this.
Come on now, put it behind you.
Because I messed up doing something. What's up?
Weapons
A
over
blind date. Angel, whoop. A blind date.
Reloading. Seriously felt better.
Sometimes.
Reloading. Mudmen.
Guns here.
They can go somewhere.
What do you look at this? It has a knife. What is this? What is this?
Upstairs.
I don't know what I'm doing, so just hold on.
This first aid will help. First aid kit's over here.
Wait up. Gonna fix myself up. Let's open this up.
Look over here. Hold up, I gotta heal.
Damn, he just called me the fuck up. I guess what does she look like? How do you know I like her? How do you know that?
Spin him around and shoot him in the back.
Why you just first of all, how you know what I like? That's the thing. I I'm not saying it either.
Weapons here.
Administrative path is blocked. Check room 807.
Weapons over here.
Damn.
Pipe bomb.
What you doing? Just got off work. You gotta climb on this shit for real.
Ammo here. Wow, this looks dangerous.
Out here. Let's try the ledge.
I'm streaming. You said you just got off of work?
First aid here.
Oh.
Grabbing a pipe bomb.
You just told me that. You gonna keep asking me? You want me to have her number? I mean,
I got a pipe bomb over here.
bro, what the? No, I'm not talking to you.
Grenades here.
That'll come in handy.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you, dog.
First aid.
Adrenaline shot here.
Oh, for real. Are you already liking it? Come on, heal me up, dog. Nah, I was talking to this dude. Oh, for real? For real? For real? No, I'm just joking.
Second pistol. I'm a reload. There's a sound familiar.
Girl, you better be investing that.
Heads up.
You better be investing that.
Reload.
You're trying to fight for Israel.
Everybody get in the elevator.
Push the button.
Pleased to meet you. You can call me Coach. What's your name?
Yeah, it's pleased to meet you, Coach.
My name's Rochelle. You?
Nick. Nice work out there.
You too.
He said what now? Well, that's because Iran, they got weapons of mass destruction, and also they've also stated numerous of times that they wanted to kill, they wanted to pretty much bring down America. You know what I'm saying? Like, while I don't agree with, war or anything like that, I for sure agree with, protecting what, what's yours, and what's ours is, the country. You know what I'm saying? You gotta protect your home, and if he trying to protect the country, I can't be mad at that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think anybody else should be mad at it. It looked bad, because innocent people are getting killed in the crossfire. But anytime a country has weapons of mass destruction, and they over there making threats, and they're making moves, to try to, put that into fruition, then you know what I'm saying, you can't be mad at a president that wants to protect the country, in my opinion. I know he get a lot of flack, you know what I'm saying, but some things he do, I would prefer a person that's kind of, that kind of got that, like, at least with him, he kind of got that he ain't going type shit going on. So, hey, if you say something, like, pretty much when he got in the office, he talked big cash about, all of these countries coming to the table with, the trade deals and these tariffs and stuff like that. Remember that was going on? All the countries came to the table, and they was literally saying, like, they were saying that they wasn't gonna come to the table with any trade agreements. Remember, China was talking that shit, like they wasn't gonna do nothing like no, we're not gonna stand for this or whatnot. Guess what? They came to the table. You know, they still in the talks for an agreement, but guess what? Donald Trump said from jump, like, we gonna have to reconstruct some of these trade deals because America is getting gypped off of all of these trade deals. You know what I'm saying? We sending all of our businesses to other countries, and you know, it's pretty much enriching these other countries. It's not bringing any money back to us. And plus, we letting in all of these immigrants, you know, to our country. That's also, you know, pretty much coming in here, getting American resources and taking it back to their country. I know this for sure. You could just I mean, you can see it all around you. Look at a lot of these, you know, not to saying they not good citizens or whatever, but these Arabs and stuff like that come over here and have these gas station businesses. You know, guess what? They take that money back over to their country. Those dollars don't stay over here in America. They go back to their country. And a lot of white people, you know, I'm just saying, including Trump, is like, no, we can't have that because those dollars deserve to be here in America, which I agree with. You know what I'm saying? You can't be mad at. I think you as a black American, you should be the same way. Like, yeah, those dollars should be over here because we the ones who pay for, you know, all of this gas station shit to be at the gas relos and, you know, all of this type, you know, gas, you know, whatever it may be. These Arabs, they be having these smoke shops too as well, and that's just one explanation. We can go across the board. Even the Chinaman that has these beauty supply places up in the hood. Guess what? You get all of these black people that patronize the business, but guess what? Do we benefit off of that? He take that money and go back to China with it. You know what I'm saying? Which is what Trump is saying. Like, yo. And a lot of these, some of these people be over here illegally. Because guess what? They can hire their own coming over to this country illegally. And they can pay them under the table. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these Mexicans do that. Unfortunately, you know what I'm saying? There are Mexicans here that got their paperwork right. But there's some that come over here illegally and get paid under the table. And guess what? They take their money back over to their family. You know what I'm saying? Which the white people are saying, nah, you know, that should be spread over into our country. It shouldn't go back to their country. You know what I'm saying? Which you got to understand, like, it's a security risk. You know, not only is it a financial risk for our country, it's a security risk because you taking our dollars and putting it back over into your economy is, you know, and then that could possibly be, you already got like an anti-American sentiment out there, whereas you got these Middle Eastern countries, they don't like America. You know, even some of these Latin American countries like Mexico, because you know Trump cracked down even on the cartel in Mexico. So a lot of you know, because Mexico is a very corrupt country, by the way. That's, you know, some of that shit be true what the white folks be talking about, like Trump. Like it's a corrupt country, so they freaking pretty much damn near shut down the cartel in Mexico. That's why you got all that civil unrest over in Mexico right now. And you got people can't even travel over into Mexico right now, I don't think. You know what I'm saying? People can't even travel over into Mexico right now, I don't think. And so yeah, you got he pretty much shut that down because I think he's the one who got he captured El Chapo, that Mexican drug lord. Trump is the one who got El Chapo captured, I think, or he helped. Yeah, he did, because they ended up posting a picture. Guess what? They ended up posting a picture of the El Chapo nigga in a Nike jumpsuit, and the Nike jumpsuits, that same Nike jumpsuit that they put him in, that Nike jumpsuit sold out everywhere just because El Chapo was captured in that Nike jumpsuit. So Trump had got El Chapo captured. So back to what I was saying, there was a lot of anti-American sentiment out there where countries, you know, are trying to click up with other countries, you know what I'm saying, against the American dollar. You know what I'm saying? You got Russia, you got the BRICS. You know what I'm saying? BRICS is like an organization that's kind of that's like it got Africa, I think North Korea, a bunch of countries are involved in this, and they pretty much have like or trying to create a financial system that dethrones the American dollar as being like the standard throughout the, you know, the American dollar is pretty much seen as like the standard, being that it's the most valued, you know, valued monetary, what do you call that? Fiat currency. That's what you call the American dollar. Fiat currency. It's the most valuable fiat currency. So a lot of countries now, you know, are trying to, because there's a lot of anti-American sentiment where, you know, you hear it now, like, well, people talk about the white man all the time. The white man is the white man that, man, these white people in this country. The other countries are doing that shit too. And they're all trying to click up together to come up with some kind of financial system to dethrone the American dollar. And what that does, it hurts America in return, because America is seen as, you know, the most enriched country in the world. You know what I'm saying? And the most influential, which we got influence in just about every country, and countries are trying to have this like they're trying to like have this kind of like they're kind of like waking up now, for lack of words. They're waking up now and trying to pretty much enrich their own countries, whereas they've seen America do things which America has, you know, we've went into other countries and stole their oil. We've went into other countries and took in their natural resources and flipped it into our own. A lot of countries were like, well, shit, it's our turn now. So now you got the BRICS organization, you know, and then you got a lot of this anti-American shit going on, to where now America you got a president, Donald Trump, you know, and a lot of people that support Donald Trump, they are on the defensive, you know what I'm saying? Specifically white folks, because this country is comprised of 75% white folks. Black folks, we only make up probably about 12%. That's why our vote won't matter in a few years, you know what I'm saying? Because Spanish people are overtaking us now. Our percentage used to be like 15 or 17%, and Spanish people were like at 14%. Now they're coming into the country. A lot of those immigrants are coming into the country, pretty much taking over the percentage of black people. You know what I'm saying? Which is gonna be a problem for black people in the end, because then we ain't gonna have too much voting power. Then, you know what I'm saying? And that's another thing. Like with people that try to vote Democrats and like, well, let's go for this immigration shit and all of that. Look, bro, it's gonna mess up black folks too. The reason why I know this, I've spoken to many different black folks on many different levels. You know what I'm saying? Not to say I'm just like talking to everybody, but I've got this broken down by me many times by different people with different perspectives. Like, for example, black folks are at job risk, because now we got a bunch of these immigrants coming over here taking up jobs, also opening up businesses in our neighborhoods, pretty much taking over, you know what I'm saying, our economy. Like, black people should run the beauty supply circuit. To be honest, black people should run that. Guess who run that? Arabs and Chinese folks. You know what I'm saying? Black people should also have a stake in, you know, all of this, you know, legalization of marijuana too, because you got a lot of niggas that used to sell their weed. You know what I'm saying? But guess who gonna take over that? White folks, Indian folks, and immigrants. You know what I'm saying? Which, that's the reason why a lot of these Democrats, I feel like, want these immigrants to come in, because guess what? You know, shit, it's gonna be easier to take that away from somebody who's not originally from this country in the future, versus a black person that was born here. Say, for example, you an immigrant, come over here and been here 10 years or whatever, or you might have got over here illegally. Well, the Democrats said, 10 years ago, which will be now, like let's say we had a Democratic president in office, he'd say, well, shit, yeah, let's go ahead and accept all of these immigrants and let's go ahead and accept them. Shit, 10 years later, shit, down the line, we get another president in and we say, hey, it's too many immigrants here, and they start sending them home. Guess what? All of them illegal immigrants that open up them businesses, they got to come up off that. And guess who going to be able to move in those spots? Guess who? White folks. White folks. Because guess what? Those people aren't originally from this country. It'll be easier to take that up off them than a regular black person. I feel like, I don't know. That's a whole nother conversation. But a lot of this stuff is really, like they say, oh, well, shit, is racism out there? Yeah, there is. But it's a lot of racism that we kind of don't even see as black folks. Even with people that like we go ahead and vote for. You know what I'm saying? It's really going to end up in like it's really going to end up hurting black people. If, black people don't wake up and start being able to critically think for themselves, and actually be able to have a conversation. Like you see how me and you having a conversation, you might have a difference of opinion with me and I might have a difference of opinion with you. But guess what? I'm the type of person, Angel, I pull up many different things to support what I'm saying to you, right? And you would do the same thing. So guess what? We having a healthy dialogue and we could get down to the bottom of it and see, okay, what's true and what's not. Are you just talking, Ricardo, or is are you telling the truth? You know what I'm saying? We can get down to the bottom of it. And then let's say, hey, we still kind of get to the bottom of it, but we still kind of meet middle ground. We can agree to disagree. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's going to have to take. But black folks be trying on this shit where they just cut people off because, oh, you vote for Trump or you vote for Biden or you vote for this or you must be like this. I feel like that's what the white folks really want black folks to do. Because we's already divided past that anyways. You know what I'm saying? We divided by, skin color. You know what I'm saying? They try to create a colorism argument. We divided by, many different things. You know what I'm saying? I'm just giving an example, but you know what I'm saying. But yeah, I know there was a long-winded answer, right? I tried to keep it short. Well, yeah. How is he out of control? Tell me, why is he out of control? You got to understand, why is he out of control? Because that's the thing. People will see that. Guess what? Everybody will see that. Everybody will see there's a war going on in Iraq and not actually look into why that war is going on. And they'll make an assumption based off a news clip or something like that. Oh, Trump is going ballistic. And to me, be honest, I don't know what the hell what's going on in the media no anymore. I really don't know what's going on. Because they'll say all of these different things, you know what I'm saying, that's, really going against America, you know what I'm saying? And then it's like so much different misinformation out there, pretty much. Because they'll talk about Trump and then you get some people that talk good about Trump and they'll talk bad about the other side. And it's all this misinformation going down. But no, he's not just going to war just to go to war. He's going to war because them goddamn Arabs said they're going to blow us the fuck up. That's what they said. Look, there's casualties in war. And that was, I think that was from their, He didn't do. He did. Come on, Angel. Like you see, you got to read more into that. That it's not that. It's not as simple as you trying to make it. Oh, he blew up a school. You got to understand. You got to read more into that. You know, than looking at the news clip, because the news clip gonna say, oh, he blew up a school. No, you got to read all the way into it, because sometimes they just say that to grab you with a headline. You know what I'm saying? You got to kind of read through it and read and comprehend yourself to see what happened. Because sometimes they'll be like, oh, Trump airstrike did an airstrike on a school or something like that. And what they won't tell you is terrorists were in the school. That's what they won't tell you. They'll say, well, they'll make it seem like it's kids in there. But they won't say, well, damn, the terrorists took it over and made it a stronghold to hold weapons or whatever. I'm just giving you an example. I'm not saying that's what happened, but I'm just saying how that's what the news will do. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes. But, yeah, with that, them freaking, Palestinian, well, not the Palestinians, Iranians, they said they pretty much said death to America many times, you know, and they got weapons of mass destruction. I mean, you know, America has always tried to stop people that's had weapons of mass destruction, you know, particularly these Islamic extremists, because, you know, a lot of what they got going on is terrorism. They terrorize their own people. You know, have you ever heard of the Sharia law and shit like that? You ain't even listening. Have you ever heard of this? Have you ever heard of the Sharia law? God dang it. Sharia law. No, I didn't say a Sharia law. I said Sharia law. Sharia law. That's some shit where they pretty much got some, it's pretty much a strict like religious type of cult thing where they subjugate their own women. Huh? I am. Drop in if you want. I don't know if you ever heard of Sharia law, but Sharia law is some shit where it's like a religious cult type of thing where freaking the what are they names? The freaking Iranian guys, the Islamic guys, they pretty much subjugate their women. You know what I'm saying? They subjugate their women to they sell them. You know, they become like pretty much slaves. You know, they beat them. And then they take in like, you know, child concubines and shit like that, because they believe that you can take in a virgin in at like 15 years old or some shit, or 14 or something. Or something crazy. It's something crazy like that. I think I know I'll keep dropping the age, but it's something crazy. It's like something like 14 or 12 or 6. It might be 12. But that's what that shit is. And then if you don't pretty much go by their rules and stuff like that, they kill you for it. They kill you for it. So they, you know, they're not very, and then their objective is to what is it? Their objective is to they have like, and then also it's like a holy war for them. It's like a holy war. So they feel like I guess America is the devil or something like in their mind. So they have in mind to death to America, destruction to America. That's what that is. But them niggas that be on that. Yeah, he dropped one line. It's gonna see the thing. See the thing. No. Here you go. See, the thing about it is, check this. Girl, it was one line. Guess what? That's what you do when you a boss. Because guess what? He just dropped one line, and guess what? It's gonna play every week on Power. T.I.'s you gonna forget about 2 months. him and Kings this you gonna forget him and Kings this in about 2 months. 50 Cent this gonna play every week on Power from here on out. It's the theme song. What are you talking about? It got Leon Thomas on it. Got your ass. Nope, it's Leon Thomas on it, and you know all the women want to listen to Leon Thomas on that Power, so it's gonna play on every episode. That nigga who sang the I'm a Mutt. Kevin Hart, this girl just be making up stuff. What? What, the song? What you were sending to me? What song? It's just one line. That's the thing. He only played a snippet too. It could be he could have some more in there, but that's how folks is. Oh, it's trash because it's one line. Like, come on, dog. It was some boss. To me, it was some boss shit. Cause first of all, it's gonna play in Power every week. Everybody gonna hear that song. In about 2 months, you ain't gonna think about King Harris and what's the name, T.I. and all of his sons. No, he don't. No, he don't. Yeah, it might be right now, but it's gonna be number 50 in about a week. No, it's not. That song trash. That nigga ain't got no top song. Bruno Mars. It's Bruno Mars. Uh-huh. Yeah, it is. I had to check that cap you was talking. Oh yeah, okay. Oh, I got something for you though. Since his song was so fire. Hold on. Nope. So if his song was so fire, can you name one line in this song? You can't name that one line. You know it. But guess what? You remember that 50 line, as much garbage you talk about it, and you gonna. No, it's just one line. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's just one line. It wasn't supposed to do nothing like that. It was just supposed to like, bro, you my lightweight. You a lightweight. That's what he trying to tell him. He is. He's a real lightweight. All right. Chill out, bro. Chill out, bro. Man, he just teased that. I feel like he just teased that. He ain't finna really drop no documentary like that. How do you figure? A lot of people watch the Diddy documentary. If that trailer fire, they gonna watch it. It ain't gonna be no surviving 50 Cent because ain't. You ain't got no evidence of that. You ain't got no evidence of that. And don't you think a nigga smarter than that? He done probably dotted his I's and crossed his T's before some dirt try to come back and bite him. How you? No, she wasn't. She ain't been saying nothing now, and she shut the hell up, didn't she? Because guess what? She got that check. I said she ain't talking right now because she obviously got a solid check. That's all she was after. That's all she was after is more money. That's why people stopped listening to her, because of the stuff she was doing with her son. Like, she was telling her son that he deserved more than pretty much the average kid, trying to make him, like, you know, pretty much ball out of high school, have like 50 or 60 pair of shoes she said he needed just for school, and he 12 years old or something like that. And he like, no, you know, 50 Cent come from a like he came from nothing. So I can understand that. Like, I would rather, like, if I would had that much money, my first intuition, if somebody asked for a lot of money, hey, what you gonna do with the money? Why don't you put it into a business or something like that? Like, he told the reason why he beefing with his son is because his son was trying to get, you know, listening to his mom trying to get more money out of him, which he was like, look, instead of putting money into these shoes or whatnot, I know you like shoes, son. Shoot, why don't you I'm gonna give you some money to whatchamacallit. I want you to invest into making an online store for shoes, which, you know, you ever heard of StockX? That's pretty much the biggest online shoe retailer. But that nigga would have been the next StockX had he listened to his dad, instead of just wanting the money just to ball out and look cool. You know, your dad is responsible. You know what I'm saying? He done made sure he laid out a life for you. You know what I'm saying? Let you go to the best schools. But, you know, his mama wanted to, like, she was trying to have excess, you know, because they were staying in one of his mansions or something like that, and she kept wanted more money out of him. You know what I'm saying? Whereas he wasn't taking, you know, that's how some guys are. Look, if, you know, whatchamacallit, if we're broken up, you know what I'm saying, I don't necessarily need to take care of you. I need to take care of my son. You know what I'm saying? So I can understand that. You know, that's still his son, but you know, you know, and then if he decides to take care of you, that's a blessing in itself, which he did. But she was trying to get more money, which ain't cool. She was trying to get like $50,000 a month out of the nigga. Which, come on now, if he's giving you damn near like $1 million a year, you know what I'm saying, and you want like $50,000, come on now, like, you know what I'm saying, like. Which I understand, like, I don't know, maybe he was, you know, some niggas, they kind of like dangle the money in front of you, like, hey, as long as you doing what I need you to do, shit, you know, the money gonna be there. But the moment you don't do what I ask you to do, I'm gonna just, maybe he was like one of them niggas, I don't know, but, you know, but it just seemed, you know, with all the shit that came out with her, is just like, he done made sure y'all straight, you know what I'm saying? He actually tried to put his son on, and you was using the boy to try to get more money out the nigga. You know what I'm saying? Which, yeah, I don't agree with that. But you know, his son, but you gotta understand what the reason for that is, because guess what his son went and did? His son went and took a picture with the son that he went and took a picture with some of the people that 50 Cent got shot from. Like his one of his family members or something like that. He was taking pictures with them. And you know, 50 Cent, he don't like Ja Rule, he don't like Murder Inc., he don't like Supreme, you know. He don't like none of them niggas because they tried to kill him. No, Ja Rule ain't try to kill him. But they was a part of the guy that tried to kill 50 Cent. They was a part of his entourage, and they was trying to block him in the record industry. When 50 Cent tried to rap, Ja Rule and Irv Gotti tried to block him. You know, block all his records and shit and blackball him. That's why he can't stand Ja Rule. You know what I'm saying? Because Ja Rule tried to block his, you know, pretty much tried to block his success. You know, because he made that rap How to Rob where he talked about everybody and he talked about Ja Rule. And they said, fuck this nigga. We gonna try to stop him, you know. And it didn't work. Yeah, but we don't know what else happened behind. Yeah, I agree, but I don't, you know, you don't know what happened behind the scenes. Maybe the son was, you know, I don't know, hanging with them dudes, you know, which the son got to understand, if you hanging with my street enemies, they could use you to get to me. So if I tell you as a father, like, look, you got to stay away from them. Those are my, it don't matter what beef me and you got to understand, I'm your flesh and blood. You can't hang with my mortal enemy. Cause then they trying to kill me at the end of the day. So like, that's part of the reason why, I think Tony Yayo slapped, he ended up slapping, Supreme, one of Supreme's, sons. You know, that's why he ride for Tony Yayo, because Tony Yayo always step. They be talking shit about like Tony Yayo soft. Tony Yayo ain't soft. Like Tony Yayo be stepping. Like he slapped like one of the boys' sons pretty much, and they end up shooting Tony Yayo house up, his mama house. You know what I'm saying? And you know, that's why he ride for Tony Yayo. But his son was taking pictures with the niggas, you know, hanging with him and shit. So it's like, yo, you my flesh and blood. Why is you hanging with my enemies? Like, they could use you to get to me, you know. And them New York niggas, they you know, they kind of dirty with it. You know what I'm saying? They'll try to get you by any means. So he you know, I don't agree with it, but he cut his son off. You know what I'm saying? You know, which I'd be probably telling my son, like, look, don't it don't matter what we got going on, you don't be around them, because guess what? They tried to end my life, and they could use you to get to me, because you my flesh and blood. You know what I'm saying? That's the only reason why I can see that happening, like him cutting the nigga off. Because, you know, what other reason why you would cut your son off? You know what I'm saying? Other than, yo, that nigga just being disrespectful, like what it looked like. Yeah. Yeah. See, this is what y'all ain't understanding. See, I know because I'm a little older than you, Angel, but this is what you're not understanding. 50 Cent, and he really is. He ain't T.I. Even though T.I. had more music, look up their sales. They total sales. They total streams right now. They total streams. 50 Cent got more streams than him, and he also got total sales, more sales than T.I. does. Actually double than T.I.'s. Now they didn't say, I keep hearing, no, listen to me. They keep talking about T.I. got about 5 or 6 albums that's good. Okay, cool. But if we do a versus, we got a nigga that got like worldwide hits on, no, not like 50 does. Not like universal hits. And his street shit, and then that's the thing, you said the key word, his street shit is gonna hit, even though it's like older, it's gonna hit harder, because guess what? 50 Cent actually, it sounds like I'm glazing or something, but he actually lived the way he rap. You know what I'm saying? T.I., Crime Stoppers, he went on Crime Stoppers. You know what I'm saying? That's all it would take. If I can imagine a versus, that's all it would take for 50 Cent to get out and get on. Like if they go gangster for gangster, like street shit, like he can't beat 50 Cent. Because every one of 50 Cent's street anthems are going to hit. Because he actually ain't been, his image ain't been like tarnished like that to where they like, oh, well shit, he faking. No, everybody think he's, what he is type shit. With T.I., you start rapping that bullshit and 50 Cent start playing that, what is that shit? NYPD, LAPD. It's over with. And then he started playing that fucking, you get shot, you running, how it go? You get shot running the cops, you're not like me. He started playing that shit. It's fucking over for T.I. because everybody's gonna rap that shit, and everybody gonna feel it. Cause nigga, you not like me. If you get shot running the cops, nigga, you not like me. You know what I'm saying? T.I. ain't got nothing like that. He might got some what you know about that. He got that shit. I like that shit too. I like a lot of T.I. records too. You know what I'm saying? But if 50 Cent start getting in this, like if he take it back to his like 2003, 2000 to 2007 50 Cent, like nah, bro, like T.I. ain't on his level. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't see it because it's like they probably because a lot of people, the internet, they look at the internet, they see Atlanta, they got a lot of the best rappers now, which Before it wasn't like that. New York and the West Coast used to have like the best rappers. And to be honest, like that's when the shit changed, to be honest, because the New York rappers used to rap about the real shit. The South rappers started rapping about the clubs and the booty music and shit, and you know, shine, you know, how like look at my wrist and all of this bullshit. They started rapping like that. They was like the swag rappers. And then you had Soulja Boy coming out, you know, and shit like that. They started talking about they were talking shit about Soulja Boy when he first came out. Every rapper, they was like, man, that shit trash. They even Snoop Dogg, he was like, what the fuck is that? You shit. They all was like, that shit is whack. Cause nobody was like, they didn't understand it. But as it got more popular, everybody started to embrace it. You know what I'm saying? Which that's why it's kind of like, that's why like probably like somebody like a 50 Cent is disrespected with T.I. Cause he like, bruh, like we don't even make the same type of music. Like 50 Cent is like a street gangster rapper. T.I. is like a swag rapper type shit. He's more like a swaggy rapper. You know what I'm saying? That's his shit. You know what I'm saying? Which he good at that. 50 Cent good at what he do. Like they totally two different people. You know what I'm saying? That's what most people ain't looking at. They just like, oh, well, shit, they should do a versus. T.I. was smashing. Yeah, probably because, I mean, to a lot of people's minds, because a lot of people fuck with the swag rap nowadays. People don't fuck with like the realistic, like reality type of rap. When niggas used to rap lyrical and also rap like real street shit and metaphors and stuff like that, they don't listen to shit like that no more. You know? Which the old people, they gonna fuck with it. Everybody that's been around 50 Cent and T.I., I guarantee they gonna fuck with 50 Cent shit more. 10 times more. You know, it's just gonna be the younger generation that's gonna be like, oh, well, we fuck with T.I. cause, you know, fuck that. T.I. ain't nobody. You know? Well, I'm not saying he ain't nobody. He's straight. I like T.I. You know I listen to T.I., but, you know, he wasn't never... I never sung that song, Angel. That's like my... I might have did it to win one of y'all in y'all face one day or something like that. Maybe. I don't even remember all that. You just talking. Okay. Yeah, but my point is 50 Cent was always like levels above T.I. It was always, and people talk shit about Eminem too, the white dude, which a lot of people fucked with him back then. You know, nowadays people like so conscious, they like, oh well, we don't like any. Man, all y'all niggas fucked with Eminem back then. It was Eminem, Jay-Z, goddamn 50 Cent. That was like the 3 biggest rappers in the world. And if you look up the numbers on this shit, Eminem is like the biggest rapper ever. If you look that shit up. You know, unfortunately, he white as fuck, but it's true. You know what I'm saying? Bigger than T.I. If Eminem and T.I. do a versus, Eminem might beat T.I. Simply because there's more white folks out there, Indian folks. You got to go outside of black folks. If they had that shit in Atlanta, now, yeah, I could see T.I. kicking on Eminem ass in Atlanta. But if they had that shit, let's say they had that shit, I don't know, New York, California, or let's say, fuck it, T.I., let me take your goofy ass over to Europe. T.I. gonna get his fucking ass kicked. Cause guess what? All them crackers over there fuck with him. Let's go to Saudi Arabia. All them Arabians, they fuck with Eminem too, T.I. So you ain't gonna win there either. Your ass only gonna fucking win in Atlanta or the South. That's the only way you gonna win at. You know what I'm saying? All them motherfuckers gonna fuck with that cracker. You know what I'm saying? That's just honestly speaking. They know more of the white boy records than they know of T.I.'s ass. Look it up. He got bigger numbers and he's like bigger than 50 Cent too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm just trying to tell you. You know what I'm saying? No, T.I. talking that shit like he just, yeah, you got some only in the South, my nigga, like that. You know what I'm saying? The niggas fuck with you in the South, but like in New York, them niggas don't, yeah, they might listen to a little T.I. here and there. And he really had to cross over to New York because first they was calling the nigga the Jay-Z of the South. They was calling T.I. the Jay-Z of the South because he the only Southern rapper that was lyrical. You know what I'm saying? That actually had like really good lyrics in his rap. So they was like Jay-Z of the South. So he had to cross over into New York type shit to become like, you know, as big as he was. Because if you wasn't crossing over into New York back in the day, you wasn't really doing shit. You wasn't really doing nothing back then. You know, a lot of them, they crossed over to New York. They showed they was kind of lyrical. You had T.I. There was lyrical. You had Jeezy. You know, Jeezy got a rap song where he like, I should have got 5. What'd he say? I should have got 5 mics in the Source, but I got 5 bricks in a Porsche. Which meaning like, shit, fuck all the critics and shit. Like, y'all ain't want to give, because they used to have the Source magazine back then. That's how they rated all the artists. They put, it was a 5 mic rated system. So, you know, 5 mics was the highest you can get for an album, you know, which they said it was like pretty much a good album with 5 mics. Jeezy ain't get 5 mics in the Source. So he said, fuck the Source. I got 5 bricks in a Porsche. You know what I'm saying? So he was like a Southern rapper. Like he had that slang that New York, you know, because the Source was like they fuck with more so like the lyrical rappers, which was the New York rappers, the West Coast rappers. Like the Southern rappers, they couldn't grasp the niggas slang and shit. And so, like I said, some of them niggas was bubblegum rapping. Like you had the Soulja Boy, you had the Snap niggas that was doing the snap rap. All that shit was going on. So niggas ain't know what the fuck that shit was. They was like, man, we don't know what this South shit is. Niggas is doing all this goofy ass dancing and snapping and shit. I ain't gonna lie. I used to do the fucking snap too. You already know. Like remember them Franchise Boys and all of them came out and shit? Yeah. That was around that time. You know what I'm saying? I know you remember that time. Like, that's when the South started popping off. Like all that shit started. They started making all that dumb bubble gum rap shit and swaggy rap. That's what they was doing. You know, which like a lot of times they wouldn't. You know, like I said in that magazine, the Source, they weren't giving them the 5 mics. So Jeezy, he made Trap or Die. I mean, he made his album. His first album ain't get 5 mics in the Source. So he's like, you know, that's why he rapped that line. I got 5 bricks in a Porsche. Cause he like, shit, I'm finna go back to the dope game if this rap don't work out. Yeah. But like people wasn't like on the South rapping like that. You know, that's why 50 Cent like, man, why is this nigga coming to me? Like, bro, like we 2 different type of people. We on 2 different levels. Like you're not on my level. That's how he looking at T.I. That's why he gave him one line in the Power theme song, which is going to play on every Power episode. That's why he gave him one line. Cause he like, bro, you ain't even worth my time, dog. Like, get on out of here. He's like, y'all done created 6 disc records. Like, the only place that's gonna play is in the South. It ain't gonna play nowhere else in the world like that. They're gonna forget about that shit in about 2 months. But watch when Power come on. They're gonna start playing my shit every week. And then on top of that, hell, if I want to create more disc track records, I can. So, oh, y'all say that was light work? Oh, here go another one. You know what I'm saying? We gonna throw. Then we gonna let's go ahead and throw Yayo on it too. You know, let's go. You know what I'm saying? He could get real petty with it. You know what I'm saying? Tony Yayo. That's the nigga that all. You know who Tony Yayo is. No, that's his homeboy. He's 50 Cent homeboy. No, Angel.
Austin is regrouping over the top rope. Austin with a dynamic blow.
You said you was gonna show me a picture of her. Oh, she must been feeling your boy, huh? What kind of picture you sent? What kind of picture you showed her of me? What kind of picture you showed her of me? Oh, you showed her a good picture. It was hidden. Yeah, okay. You ain't messed me up. Okay, I fuck with it. Okay. How you know? I'm saying, how you know? I don't discriminate. What kind of question is that? Of course. All right, dog. Okay. Mm-hmm. Girl, don't sit me up. She didn't want you to show it. Why was she not? Oh, she's in the surprises. Really? Okay. I hear you. I might go in tonight. It depends. Maybe I'll if I go to work, it don't be till late, like 10:30. Okay. 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 Love you too. Bye. Stupid pissy dog. I'm a bona fide hustler. Nigga, get out of line, I cut ya.